Hi Cancer, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we, have had some heavy energy with all those all signs over the weekend and the shadow work reading. If you haven't had a chance to check that one out, I do highly recommend that. That shadow work, facing your darker self, and for growth and learning more about yourself and whatnot as well. Great opportunity over the full moons and with Halloween and everything. It is a really great time to be looking at those sorts of things. But today we're going to be just sort of looking at whatever wants to come out for you. We do also have a deck I will be drawing for love, and I'm going to draw a few cards today in regard to no contact situations as well. So whether that be, romantic no contact situations or otherwise, but we'll get sort of straight on into it for you. I am using the Gilded Reverie Lenormand this week. We also have the Island Time Wellness Love Oracle, and doing our no contact section with the Angel Answers Oracle. All right, so Cancer, what's going on for Cancer? What does Cancer need to know about? Okay, and I'm just going to grab a clarity card for each of those. Clarity for this message for our Cancers, please. Probably will need to grab some extra clarity as we go along, Cancer. But firstly, we do have the whip energy, okay? And that was clarified by the bear. All right, you can see a beautiful polar bear in this deck. But with that whip energy, this is sort of conflict that, with the bear clarifying that this is all kind of going on within yourself. I would dare say, for majority of you, that this is some sort of inner conflict, that kind of, it is that self-flagellation type energy, beating yourself up, really having a lot of tension and worry and just conflict within yourself. A lot of the time with that bear energy, it is going to be conflict about the way that you're protecting yourself, the way that you are, protecting your vulnerabilities, that emotional side of yourself. I do feel as though with that bear energy, it does let us know that you probably are being a little bit overprotective, or that the way that you're protecting yourself and the way that you're putting up boundaries between others is actually causing conflict for you yourself. You're being a little bit defensive, presuming, it's kind of like presuming the worst, because, a lot of the time when I'm getting this sort of energy, it does talk about, feelings of unworthiness within you, and you sort of having those walls up super high just because you're, worried about, people crossing your boundaries. So it's kind of like, if I push them away first, they can't hurt me, is kind of the energy I'm getting from that maybe you are pushing people away a little bit. You're being a bit defensive because, you're in this very protective, trying to protect yourself mode. And that's causing you to, not allow people to get close enough to even have the opportunity to hurt you, because you're just kind of presuming the worst. You're presuming that anyone that you allow to get close to you is just going to hurt you. So you're kind of, anyone that gets too close, you're ready to rip their face off with that bear energy there. And it is actually causing you a lot of inner conflict though, because, I'm kind of getting this vibe that, you want people to get close to you, but there's a big part of you that's, pushing them away from being able to. So it's kind of like, how come no one is trying to get close to me, but it's you're actually in this energy of, don't get too close to me, don't come near me, and that's causing this inner conflict. You want to let someone close, but you're not letting them close. So it is causing a lot of conflict just within you. Now we do also have the fox energy, which is followed by the birds there. Okay, there is two birds cards in this deck, and this is the flittery, more chatty type bird's energy. So it does kind of talk about, I'm feeling once again that this is internal. It's kind of like you, it's because sometimes this one can talk about, like gossip or rumors, and it's kind of like you, starting rumors about yourself and then believing them, kind of energy. um but I am also getting this energy with both of these cards combined here. It is kind of you, um flitting around between people, because the fox sometimes can talk about, like that player type energy, and then when we're seeing you in such a, not letting people too close, it's kind of like as soon as somebody starts to get too close to you, you rush off to the next person, because if you can keep them all at a distance, it's kind of like it's fine, like I'll move on to the next person, I'll move on to the next person, that one's getting too close to me, so quick move on to the next person. And you know but we are seeing the need for a lot of conversations here, that you are trying to, trying to talk to people, but we're getting rebuffed with that bear energy. It's kind of like as soon as people actually start, getting a little bit close to you, that you're flitting away and finding, others to talk to, rather than, sticking to one sort of person. You think you're being really, not in a, negative way here, but you kind of think you're being really clever and tricky about the way that it's kind of like, we do see multiple birds in this card. So it's like, I'll tell this bird about one thing, I'll tell this bird about another thing, I'll tell, I've got it all out of my system because I've talked to all these different people about different things, but they all know different, different parts of you. And it's kind of like you feel like you're being very, tricky about not letting one person know too much about you. But we are seeing that it is causing a lot of conflict within you. And at the end of the day, this fox energy is very similar to that bird energy, where you are trying to be very independent and protect yourself, and you are kind of focused on your own survival, but there's still this strong element of you, wanting to give and wanting to have someone actually close to you, but you're spreading yourself too thin between too many different people, and not allowing one to sort of become the overwhelming, reliable factor. We do find with that fox energy, it's kind of like, and you're not really, I feel like you're not really finding anyone that challenges you and your opinions about yourself either. It kind of feels like they're just saying what you need, what you want to hear, rather than the full truth of, dude, you need to talk to some, it's kind of like it's that harsh truth, and you're avoiding the harsh truths by, not letting people too close and not letting them have too much information about you. You're telling yourself it's to protect yourself and it's to look after your own needs, but you're kind of only allowing yourself to, hear what you want to, not what you actually need to. So you're avoiding a lot of, you're avoiding outright confrontational, chatter. So Cancer, I do feel like that, shadow work video may actually be quite helpful to you at this time, because it does feel as though there's some stuff here where, you're avoiding confronting yourself. You're protecting yourself from yourself as well. But we do have that internal struggle, that internal conflict, that is all coming from all this energy. So, when we do see that, there is that element too about, needing to confront yourself, even if it does cause you a bit of trouble. You can get through that. With that fox energy, you can sort of survive anything that's put in front of you. But there is something that you're avoiding confronting, and I'm just sort of very intuitively feeling that, them you're avoiding something in particular, and because you know that it's going to cause you a bit more trouble. But it's kind of like, if you actually confront that thing, yes, it may cause you a bit more trouble and a bit more emotional drama, when you do confront that thing, but you can't actually work through it and remove that tension, without actually confronting it. Okay, so there is this element here of, you know, you're trying to be very intelligent and clever, but you are sort of avoiding something in particular. And what I'm kind of seeing that you are avoiding is something in your past. We do have Tower here. So I do feel for a lot of you, this is just talking about something happening, something in the past, you know, that has happened. It could be a past person. It could be something to do with your inner foundation, the way that you have, you know, retreated. I feel like for a lot of you, this is talking about, you know, this inner foundation you have of retreating and you know, going within and hiding yourself away in your tower every time things get too real. Every time, you know, you need to confront this thing, instead of confronting this thing, you're kind of locking yourself away inside yourself and not actually confronting it. You know, you're trying to, you know, put it in solitary confinement within you, sort of thing. But we are seeing that clarified by the flowers. So it kind of does let us know that you do need to give energy, time, you know, love to this thing, whatever this is that you're not confronting within yourself. It's time to, you know, start giving to that and having a look at that, and you know, in order to start receiving, you know, more positive energy. The flowers is a very positive energy type card, and it's telling you, you sort of, you need to give to the past, you need to give to this part of you that you've locked away within yourself, and in order to you know, get past that energy and get through to the, you know, being able to receive energy, which is, I feel like, I'm just feeling here that you want to receive, and sitting there wondering, how come I'm not sort of receiving what I want, what I need. It's because you're not confronting, and you're locking this part of yourself away and not confronting it and facing it head on. So it is kind of telling us to face that a little bit more head on. But I just want to see if I can grab one more for this tower and see if we can find out exactly what this thing is that you need to confront. Okay, what is this that Cancer needs to confront, please? Okay, that's a very, we already knew that. I already talked about that. The thing that you need to confront, Cancer, we have your card, okay, Cancer, the card of emotions. And your intuition probably telling you, you know exactly what this emotional thing is that you need to confront. This is yourself. You need to confront yourself. We're also seeing the lily. So once again, that emotional intimacy, being honest with yourself, you know, for your long-term good. But so that's pretty straightforward. We already knew that. So can we, what aspect of Cancer is this in regard to? What aspect of Cancer do they need to confront? It doesn't want to be too specific. It may be different for everyone within the collective, but we have ascertained it. It is an emotional thing. You need to confront your emotions and be honest with yourself about how you truly feel. We're also seeing the cross here. So, you know, you've been carrying these burdens for a while. For a lot of you, this is, you know, you're ignoring your intuition. You need to face destiny because you have been ignoring your intuition a little bit there. We also have the mountains. So, yeah, internal struggle, internal conflicts. You know, you're not putting in the hard work to actually climb this mountain and get to the opportunities on the other side of that. You're just stuck in the challenge, in the obstacle, the delays that this not facing this emotion is causing you. So, you know, it's not wanting to give us a clear answer on what exactly that is. But, you know, I feel like with the cross and that moon card both sitting there, you probably already know what this is within you. Your intuition knows, you know, so it's kind of like you know deep down, you know exactly what it is you need to confront, and your intuition is trying to lead you to that, but it feels like you've been ignoring your true feelings and your intuition telling you, you need to do this, you need to look at this, you need to talk to yourself about this. You need to start giving this some time to digest and deal with. Okay, Cancer? Okay, Cancer. What's going on for Cancer with romantic love? Okay, so for a lot of you, this could actually be partly what's going on with that thing that you need to confront, and that is heartbroken. Okay, it does say deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, and mourning. Okay, so for some of you, this emotional thing that you're not confronting is a deep heartbreak, a deep rift within your heart, to do with a love situation. We also do have the dragonfly, so heading a little bit more toward you know good things with romantic love for you, Cancer. Be lighthearted, finding out things coming to light, adapting, changing, and healing. So that's that transformation that if you confront this thing, this is where we go from here. We start transforming, it's allowing that thing to come to light for you so that you can start healing and being more lighthearted when it comes to love, and start making healthy choices as well. Making healthy choices in love and in life, self-love, self-care, being happier. So part of your self-care at the moment is needing to confront yourself, even if it does cause you a little bit of internal drama, just to deal with that thing. But we do see that once you do allow that to come out into the light for yourself, that you will start to adapt and heal from that. For a lot of you, that's probably in relation to a heartbreak, unfortunately, as we did see that Tower card talking about something in the past. So for a lot of you, that definitely is going to be a heartbreak in the past. All right, but we'll have a look at the no contact situation for you as well, Cancer. Like I said, this definitely could be romantic love, but it can also be friends, family, other types of connections as well. Okay, Cancer. Cancer and the person that they are not currently in contact with. Okay, Cancer. So I'm going to show you these backwards because it feels like, that's sort of the way to go about that. Meditation brings answers. All right. So, spending some time actually facing yourself and stopping and meditating on this no contact situation, asking your inner self for guidance with this situation, to help bring answers through for what you may need to do in regard to this situation. Helpful people. So asking for advice, but with that birds up there in that energy there, I do feel as though maybe relying on only one or two people at this time instead of flitting around and asking everybody for advice. Find the ones that give you the best advice, that are the most helpful to you, the ones that are coming to you, Cancer, out of a place of love and support, rather than just because it always happens to me when I'm out, if I'm out at a pub or something, I get someone coming up to me and dumping all their problems on me. And it kind of gives me that vibe of, that helpful people. Like sometimes people doing that, it's kind of like they do that to a lot of people. And they go and dump their problems on everybody, and then wonder why they're not actually getting answers, because they're not relying on people that actually can help them and support them, and who know them well enough to give them the right advice. They're sort of just dumping on everyone, and randoms. So finding the right helpful people at this time. And then we are seeing that with this no contact situation, Cancer, take action. All right. So I feel for a lot of you that action is within yourself at this time. All right. So for a lot of you, it's just taking action within yourself to get yourself to where you need to be with this healing type energy, and then sort of then go from there with what action from next after you sort of faced yourself and taken action for yourself. Okay, so I do feel as though this is a lot to do with you yourself at the moment, Cancer. We're not seeing anyone else's energy really coming through very strongly today. It is all just about this inner conflict that you're finding yourself in. All right, but that's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course, but hopefully I'll see you all again soon.